Hello, everybody. Here we are in week 15. So this is it. We're in the last 2 weeks of the semester. A lot going on, and thanks to that horrible timing the internet shutdown the district had that took Canvas away from us, we have a little bit of catching up to do. So last week's second discussion posting will be due Sunday if you're looking at this, and this is Sunday for you. And of course the reading questions, so don't forget those. Now heading forward into next week, big doings. You probably saw this coming with the deeper look essay, especially my comments on that essay toward the end of my comments. Here is the assignment for a final piece of writing on your wicked problem project. And as you remember from last week's discussion and the short piece you did as well on your solution, the 2-paragraph piece, we're putting all this together this week. Now, you're going to need to have the first 5 paragraphs of it ready Friday. And then the rest is due a week from next Monday on the 1st, to give you some time to work and finish it up. But anyway, the first 5 paragraphs are coming due Friday. And remember what I say about all the major writing assignments. Parts of previous ones can go into the next one. So we're daisy chaining those together here. Here is the regular schedule now that we're fairly back to normal after the web shutdown. You'll have the usual discussion on Wednesday and Friday, plus the reading questions. But you'll also have a draft due Friday. So let's go to the assignment. First, I'll talk about the main assignment. Then I'll talk about the draft part. This is selling your solution to a wicked problem. Now, think of what your hypothesis covered on your solution that was due just before we lost Canvas. And let's wake it up. And Canvas is a little slow today. So we hope it's still in good health and it's not having a relapse. And while it's taking time to open, I will just open the assignment itself. And here it is, which you'll see on Canvas. And Friday is when the draft is due. Say the first 5 paragraphs. But here's the main assignment. It's worth 200 points, 50 more than the deeper look essay, although you can use a lot of the parts of the deeper look essay in this, and you'll see why in a minute. You'll need an original title. And remember how you discussed root causes in your deeper look? Well, here we are. You definitely want to discuss them again, but you're going to begin the essay a little differently because you're going to start promoting a solution. And your discussion in the rest of the paragraphs beyond your introduction will revolve around that solution. And here's Chevalier one more time offering advice. Be sure to cite him as a source and credit where he is given you great advice on framing your problem and combining partial solutions. And as I said a minute ago, many parts of the previous essays, just be careful where you place them, because this time you're promoting your solution. You got to sell your reader on your solution, so to speak. Not me so much as any reader. I'm going to wear the hats of all readers, possible readers of your future writing. And here's a new wrinkle. Chapter 6 of They Say, I Say tells you how to imagine a reader who might need more convincing. So pick a paragraph to do that. And it's kind of a different kind of paragraph than you may have written before. You're going to start off why a skeptical reader might be skeptical, explain why, and then defend your solution. Say, well, yeah, okay, people could be skeptical, but here's why my approach actually works really well, and explain that. Some advice I'm putting on the modules page in the Writer's Toolbox. Be sure to look at it. MLA format throughout, the appearance and the way you cite your sources. Here's another new wrinkle, an appendix page. If you remember the previous discussion on visual support, here's where it's going to come in handy. And you're going to create an appendix page between your essay's last page and your works cited page, actually showing that visual support, not just a web link, but the actual support with a caption. And one more exotic thing, and this is nothing to do with your draft, although it's going to relate back to your draft when you're finished. So submit your essay on June 1. Use an AI application like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Microsoft Copilot to give your feedback on your essay. And just hang on to it. And then compare that to the suggestions and advice you got from your classmates on your draft that is coming due Friday. So be sure to read the things to avoid section carefully. And about delayed option, if you've taken it already, you're disqualified. If you haven't and you need time, I don't think we can go more than 1 week late. In fact, going 1 week will be a problem because the college needs grades a week after this is due. And all these classes I'm teaching take time to grade. So now it's finally opened here on the assignments page, so we no longer need to look at it. Let me go to the draft. It's called the Essay Q&A. And it comes in 2 parts. Here's the part due Friday with your draft. You're going to copy and paste your draft. Do not attach it. And also, before you copy and paste, you're going to ask for some advice and be specific. Then paste your draft. Responding instructions I'll talk about next week, but you can read them here. Be sure you read all of this, but the posting instructions should have 100% of your attention before Friday, okay? And there's the rest of what's on the assignments page, of course, the class discussion and the reading questions. Have a great week. Just stay focused. We'll get through this week in fine style.